You are watching Market Watch, the brief overview of the key events from the world of finance. The trading session on Friday, which began calmly, turned volatile after an unexpected announcement by Donald Trump about new tariffs. The US president promised to send notifications to Canada and the EU, threatening to impose universal duties of 15 to 20% on countries that do not receive a letter. Later, he posted the notice to Canada, confirming the introduction of 35% tariffs starting August 1st. Futures on Wall Street and Eurostoxx 50 immediately dropped by 0.7 to 0.8%, but later regained part of the losses. Despite the administration's attempts to ease concerns, the markets took the move as a troubling signal, especially with second quarter earnings approaching. US tariff rhetoric caused sharp fluctuations in currencies. The dollar strengthened by 0.3% against the Canadian dollar and by 0.2% against the euro. Special attention was drawn to the Japanese yen, which fell to a recent low. The weakness is linked to the failure of trade negotiations between Tokyo and Washington, as well as to new tariffs on Japanese automobiles. Japanese companies are reacting cautiously but are gradually cutting production and export prices. The Bank of Japan expects further downgrades to its growth forecast, and investors are factoring in that rate hikes will likely be postponed at least until spring 2026. Rising global trade uncertainty has led to a moderate increase in gold prices. Spot prices rose by 0.3% to $3,332 per ounce, and futures gained 0.5%. However, the impact of the new tariffs was weaker than during previous episodes. The strengthening dollar, showing its best weekly results since February, has limited demand for precious metals. Tariff hikes on Canadian goods and other threats from Trump reinforce gold's status as a safe haven asset, but investors have partially adapted to the US president's unpredictable trade policies. The market is also supported by weak data on jobless claims. Bitcoin hit a historic high, exceeding $115,000, driven by strong demand from institutional investors and favorable policies from the Trump administration. This year, the cryptocurrency has already gained more than 24%. The US president signed an executive order to create a strategic crypto reserve, and his administration now includes supporters of digital assets. Additional momentum came from Trump Media and Technology Group's plans to launch a crypto ETF. Investors see this as an institutional endorsement of the sector. At the same time, Ether rose by 5%, reinforcing the overall positive sentiment in the crypto space. That's all I have. Follow the news carefully and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.